Hi, my name is Jonathan Hartman. My youngest son is Alex Hartman, and he's about 10 and a half years old. He's a special needs child, and he's been coming here to the Y for swim lessons now for probably about 8 or 9 years. He has several different diagnoses. He's nonverbal. He's handicapped in a wheelchair, so he can't walk, he can't talk. He also has seizures. When Alex was first born, we knew fairly quickly that he was having some issues. And as a parent, you start working with doctors to find different diagnoses. And we struggled finding those diagnoses and never really have diagnosed everything that he has. But long story short, early on, we found out, because my wife's parents had a swimming pool, that he really enjoyed being in the water. And as he got bigger, it was harder to find avenues or different ways to have him in the water safely, not being trained on how to do things like that. Our older son, Andrew, who was 3 years older than Alex, was already coming to the YMCA for swim lessons. And one day I was talking to Miss Sue, and she'd seen Alex come in here in a wheelchair, and she knew that he had some issues, but she didn't know what they all were. And she mentioned that she was thinking about having an adaptive aquatics program. She asked if we would be interested in putting him in that program, and I said, well, absolutely. We were really excited about it. And my wife and I had talked about different things like that, and we knew that Alex was getting big enough and heavy enough that it was a challenge for us to have him in a swimming pool that we had access to in the summer months. And we had seen both Sue and Alyssa work with not only Andrew, but with other children as well. Granted, those children were able to swim and do things that Alex couldn't do, but when you're letting someone else take care of your child, you have to have a lot of confidence in them. And we'd seen how they worked with other children well enough that, yes, it was just a little bit nervous maybe that first time, but knowing the type of people that we were working with, the quality of people and how careful they were, it was really not too hard, I guess, to let them start working with Alex. And after the first time, seeing some of the things they did and the accommodations that they made for Alex, the first several times, it was Sue and Allie working together, and one of them would hold him on his back and let him float around. The other would start working his legs so that he got used to moving his legs in different motions. And then I remember they got a floating pad, so that at that time he wasn't floating very well on his own, but they had a pad that they could put him on and lay him on, so that if they got a little tired or it was just one of them and they wanted to work with him in different ways versus just walking around the pool and letting him float, they could lay him on this pad and float him around in the water safely and still move his arms and move his legs. They would take a little, look like a sand toy, like a strainer, and fill it full of water and bring it up and sprinkle it and pour it all over his body, so he got used to the sensations of the water, almost like a light shower hitting him in different parts of his body, which helped him feel comfortable, I feel like. He's learning to actually float in the water, which is really something that is heartwarming to our family, because that's telling us he's so relaxed in the water. They were always very gracious to work with him and help him succeed in the water.